Alrighty everyone, we're back out on the 100-yard line here. We're shooting the 22 Creedmoor, doing the seating depth test, trying to see if we can get, best group possible, obviously, trying to finish up a load. We settled on 36.6 grains of H4350. That was one of our smallest groups. We had two small, I can't remember what they were, around I think half MOA, just a little over I think, 0.5 something, 0.6 maybe, almost 0.6 maybe. But either way, around half inch, and I didn't have enough bullets, like you guys saw, like I told you in the reloading video I did do a reloading video. Like I said, I told you guys also, sometimes there's not going to be a reloading video to it. There's going to be some videos that just have the shooting part, not the reloading part. But don't think I'm getting rid of reloading. That's 90% of my, that's most of my channel. I love reloading, so I'm always going to be taping some reloading. Either way, didn't have enough bullets to do both. What I wanted to do was both those teeny, both of the groups that were small, because the rest were kind of big, like 0.8, something like that. So I wanted to do the two smallest groups, but either way, I didn't have enough bullets, so I just chose the smallest group, which we landed on 36.6 grains, and now we're doing a seating depth test on that. And I did save up enough bullets after that to do, I think, 3 5-shot groups of the final load. 3 or 4 5-shot groups, can't remember. I know that really isn't enough to finalize a load or to make sure it's, stable, but probably you want to do a bunch of 5-shot groups just to make sure. But I'll get more bullets and, we'll go from there. Either way, I got to go hang the target, and yeah, I think we're ready to go. Alright guys, got the target all set up. We are ready to go. I'm going to shoot, so the 3 foulers I have are the 30 thousandths off. We're shooting a seating depth test, like I said, but we're shooting from touching the lands all the way out to 30,000. But I made the 3 foulers the 30,000, so we're only going to have 3 bullets for that one. If nothing's looking good there, like if we can't find a small group out of there, and remember I skipped 20 thousandths off the lands because I've already shot 20 thousandths off the lands a couple times with this powder charge, so we already have data on that, just to save, on bullets. Didn't have a ton of bullets anyways, but I usually do that anyways. I skip 20 thousandths because that's what I do all of my powder testing at. It's just 20 thousandths off the lands, and go from there. So yeah, gonna go from 30 thousandths in, or out, I guess, to touching, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the first 3 are foulers. They're going to be touching, they're going to be 30 thousandths off the lands, and I made, sun's already coming down. Like I've told you guys before, sun sets right here, will end up directly down my scope. Just had a hard time getting out on the range early enough. So you're going to see 4 top dots and 4 middle dots. Well, I think you can only see 8 dots anyways. I think the downrange camera is cutting off the bottom row of dots anyways. So the first dot on the top was foulers. I marked it for foulers, but I'm going to use the 3rd dot in on the bottom row for you guys. Technically it's the middle row, because that one has nothing on it. I do have a little bit written on it, but we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-round groups, and 1 3-round group. I just don't want to shoot the first bullets at that top left dot, just in case something's out of whack with the scope or something. I want to shoot in the middle of the target. Alright, let's get this started. Alright, Alright, that was $29.95. Everything looks good. Alright, I gotta hold a little tighter. That one flew down quite a bit. I think that one was me. We'll see. My heart's racing quite a bit, so it's moving the reticle. Try and loosen up grip a little bit when that's happening, so that way I'm not holding tight onto the rifle, and it's, you know, your heartbeat moves the reticle more the tighter you grip. $29.85. Everything looks good. Alright, 3,007. So that was 30 thousandths off. 3 fowlers. So the SD on that, oh, by the way, on the powder test, this 36.6 load had a great SD and a pretty good ES. I think it had a 4 point something SD, and the ES was 12 point something. So really good SD and a okay, pretty good ES. I'll take that all day long, to be all honest. Alright, so average FPS of 2996, an SD of 9, an ES of 21.9. That ain't good. Alright, moving on. Alright, so now we are on the top row, second dot in. Alright, top row, second dot in, 25 thousandths off the lands. $29.87. I don't really got to check these until I get up to touching, or close to touching, because as you get closer to the lands, your pressures will increase, or can increase. You don't really got to worry about it unless you're at the upper end of the charge weight, you know, of your overall charge weight. You know, if you're down the lower end or even middle, touching the land ain't going to spike it too much. But if you're at the, you know, rocky edge of you know, upper charge range, then yeah, you got to be careful about that. $29.72. $29.77. $29.85. $29.87. have an average FPS of 2981, an ES of 6.0, and an ES of 14.8. That's alright. Not horrible. Let that barrel cool down just a tad. It's not that hot. I can keep my hand on it, no problem. Just like to keep it moderately hot the whole way. Alright guys, let's keep on going. This is 15 thousandths off the lands. We're skipping 20. Third dot in. $3,009. Looking good. $29.94. Try not to put, I leave the case as far as I can outwards. I try not to shove the case in too far, and I try not to chamber it until I'm ready to shoot, because, I mean, the chamber isn't scorching, but still, it's always good practice to close the bolt and shoot as quick as you can. Now, I'm not the fastest. I'd rather wait until my crosshair's right on target, so it takes me a little longer out of practice, but that's what I try to do anyways. $3,007. Try and just get the tip of the bullet in there. That way it ramps up easy. I'm not messing up the tip. $3,007. Oh, bastard. That one got some blood on me. Or out of me. Looks good. There we go. $30.26. Ooh, that one messed up the SD pretty badly. We were doing pretty good up until that last bullet. Actually, we're doing really good. So we are average of 3009, SD of 10.1, ES of 31.6. We were single digits ES until that last one. Alright, moving on. Let it cool down a little bit. I changed things up a little bit. Been letting it cool down every 5 shots now. I let it cool down for 10 minutes. Which pretty much gets it back to, today is like a 70-degree day, not an 85 or 90, so that would be different. 90-degree, I've noticed 90-degree day, man, I can wait a half hour and it's still freaking scorching, so. But luckily fall is coming, I'll be able to shoot a lot better and a lot more. 10 off the lands. Last dot on the top row. $30.19. heart is definitely settling down now. A lot more steady. 2984. $30.20. $30.29. $30.32. Brass looks good. Alright, an average of 30.17, an SD of 17.1, and an ES of 47.5. Ouch. Not good. Groups, they're not the worst groups in the world, but they're not very good so far. Alright, gonna let the barrel cool down for 10 minutes. Yeah, moving on to 5 off the lands. Alright, moving on. 5,000 off the lands. Alright, first dot, middle row, or probably bottom row for you guys. $3,008. Everything's looking good. $30.16. $30.20. $30.18. Damn. An average FPS of 30.15, an SD of 4.2, that's good, and an ES of 11.7. That ain't bad either. So far, 5,000's off the land, looking like a pretty good winner. Not a bad group down there either. So, let's let this cool down just a little bit more and move on to touching the lands. Alright, moving on. Touching the land. Last group. Hopefully this shoots all through one 22 size hole. Alright. Come on, asshole. Thank you. Bottom row. Second dot in. Or middle row. Bottom view. Well, that one was me, I'm pretty sure. Of course, gotta fucking fuck up the first bullet. Felt like I pulled the trigger left of the bullseye. 30-31. That one felt good, and it's right on the bottom of the bullseye. So yeah, yeah. First bullet was a mistake. My heart is calmed down quite a bit, not moving the reticle, so I can tell when, you know, where I'm freaking, when I'm pulling the trigger and where the reticle exactly is. So when my heart's beating a little bit and the reticle's beating with each freaking heartbeat, makes it tough. 30-18. Felt good. Went right through the second hole. Good. $29.98. That one felt good. Right next to the last two. Looks good. Last bullet. $30.24 was the last one. There we go. That's a good group. I am not counting that furthest one left because right from the get-go I know that one was frickin' me. I hate doing that, you know, because you guys just have to trust me, and I just hate it. I hate that period. You know, whether you guys trust me or not, you know, whatever. I hope you do, but I'll always let you know if I think I pulled it or not. Because I just want to be fair and honest to myself as well. Because if I just want to please you guys, and you know, you guys don't want to hear any excuses, then I'm just not being honest with myself. So, and some of you guys probably won't believe it, so that's fine. Because sometimes it seems like, you know, I only pick one, you know, I only pick or choose that I pulled a shot when there's only one in the group that shot bad or whatever. You know, it just, or making excuses and, you know, whatever. You guys just need to either believe me or not. Some of you will, some of you won't. But I always got to be honest with myself whether I felt like I pulled it or not. And where on the bullseye, that dot, or where I think I pulled the trigger in correlation where the dot was. And that's what I always try and do. I try and not make any mistakes, but just with this summer not getting out as much as I would like to, things will be changing, hopefully. This fall, hopefully, I should be able to get out here, hopefully at least every other day. I gotta read the last bit here. Average of 30-20, an SD of 11.8, ooh, ES of 32.9. Of course, my best group is a horrible ES. But it lets me know at least that this bullet likes being closer to the lands. It sucks that it's touching the lands, because I don't really ever like to keep a load right on the lands. So what I might do is tinker with that a little bit more. I'm going to order some more bullets. I'm going to tinker with that a little bit more, maybe, because I was jumping every 5 thousandths, I think, here. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah. So what I might do is, instead of touching, back it off like 2, 3 thousandths, see if I can create a little bit of room. They were feeding well. Obviously, you know, no problems closing the bolt. No problems extracting around. When you're that close to the lands, the only trouble you might run into is if you ever have to eject around without firing it. Sometimes, especially with the neck tension I run, you know, I don't run it super light, but I definitely don't run it heavy. You may pull a bullet out in the rifling, and powder goes everywhere, and it's just not a good thing. I've done it before and it sucks. So I might try and give myself a little bit more leeway. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That's all I can do. Let's go up to the bench and check out the brass and check out the groups. Alright guys, we're back up at the bench. Let's take a look at the brass. Obviously we're all the same charge weight, so I mean not too worried about brass, and it all looks good. But I'll show you a couple pieces out of the ones that were touching the lands, because that's going to be the one with most pressure. So yeah, right there's one. Oh, you fucking suck. So the ones on bottom row right there are all my touching the lands. All look pretty good. I have a rounded primer and a little bit of flowback, like always. So, alright guys, let's take a look at groups here. First ones I shot were the 3 Fowlers. I do have one mess up on that because my heartbeat, shot the first one, you know, normally, and my heart was beating so bad on that one. So on the second shot, I was trying to, you know, almost free recoil it. Not quite, but pretty much. And that was a mistake. Dropped way low. And I was like, you know, I realized, can't do that. Might as well deal with the heartbeat. Because it takes a little bit, you know, walking down to the 100-yard line, coming back up, takes a little bit to settle down my heart. So, not going to measure the 3 at 30 thousandths off the lands. That was just, you know, Fowlers anyways, so, you know, whatever. Alright, so the first group I actually shot was 25 thousandths off the lands. Alright, so zero up the calipers here. So, awful group either way. 25 thousandths off the lands. I can already tell it's going to be around an inch. And, yeah, a little under, but I'd still call it pretty much an inch. 0.912. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Yeah. Next group was 15 thousandths off the lands. Like I said, skip 20 thousandths because that's what I shot the, you know, that's what I shot the powder test at, which was this one right here. So to be all honest, that one is, that and the 2 best groups I got out of this load, 36.6, is 20 thousandths off the lands and touching. And we'll get to that in a second, but so I'm not really sure which one to do because I hate sitting at touching. Just in case you got to eject a bullet, sometimes, you know, whatever. Either way, next one is 15 thousandths off the lands. Looks about the same group, to be honest. Right around an inch. And yeah, a little bit bigger than the last one. Still under an inch, but barely. Right there, 0.975. Next one's 10 thousandths off the lands. Remember, these are all 36.6 grains, H4350, CCI 250s, which are Magnum primers, 80 grain ELDM. Alright, so this one almost looks like the same as well. Yeah, it's going to be about the same. 972, 0.972. So those top three groups are pretty much the same damn group. Move down to the next one, 5 thousandths off the lands, and yet again, pretty much the same group. Looks like a little bigger though, furthest two apart are these ones. Middle to middle is about there. Oh, that one's just a hair over 1 inch. 1.015. And then our best group of the day with one mess up. I will measure that in there, but I'm gonna measure. Well, I'm gonna measure both. I know this one was a mess up. Promise you guys, I tell it like it is. I'm not cherry picking. I'm not If I cherry pick, it's not gonna help me. Like, I do this to get my shooting better, to have fun, you know, and to entertain you guys a little bit. You know, that's it. That's all I care about, man. So you believe me, you believe me. You don't, you don't. I'll always call my mess ups as much as I can. You know, as much as I can notice it. Without the mess up, it is a damn good group. 4-shot group of a .81. So right where I'd like to see this gun anyways. A little smaller would be good, .3, but anything under ½ inch, like I've told you guys with this gun, I'll be happy. You know, I'll be happy with it. And then with the mess up, biggest group of the day, 1.044. So now I kind of have a dilemma, I guess. Pick the 20 thousandths off the lands group, which was, you know, from the powder test. Honestly, that's probably what I'll do, because this one's about the same as touching the lands. And, yeah, and I'd rather not keep a load at touching the lands, to be honest, because if you ever got to eject a bullet, you know, without firing it, you can get stuck in the lands a little bit. And pull the bullet out, because I don't run the, you know, heaviest neck tension. I don't run the lightest either, but you know, it's still enough so if the bullet touches the land a little bit too much, it can get pulled out when you eject it, and then powder goes all over your action, and it's not good. Done it a couple times, don't want to do it again. So yeah, either way, I'll make a decision. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna order more of these bullets either way. So I may. I'm going to plink some steel out back, so I want to finalize this load, and that might be what I do, is load half of the box at 20 thousandths off the lands, the other half at touching, and we'll just do an overall test on both those groups, and you know, both those seating depths, and go from there. But we'll see. I'll get them ordered. That's probably what I'll do. I'll go inside and order them. But either way, guys, next bullet we're going to do is burger. Well, next video will be the finalizing this load. I got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 bullets left. So it'll be 3 5-round groups and just 2 Fowlers to warm up the barrel. And that'll be the next video. And I'll probably do it at 20 thousandths off the lands. We'll just go with that for now. And hopefully they shoot. And then that will be this bullet wrapped up until I order some more. Next bullet we'll go to is the we're gonna go, you know, up in grain weight evenly. So next one will be the burgers, 80.5 grain burgers. I think that's what it is. Hold on. Yes, right there. Oh no, these are 85.5 grain burgers. So let me see here. Looks like the next bullet I got is the 85 grain match burners. That is the next one in line. I have nothing else smaller than 85. I go from the 80 grain ELDMs that we just shot to 85 grain match burners, which just came in today, or yesterday actually. So that'll be the next bullet. We'll step up to 85, and then we'll step up to the 85.5 grain burger. Can't wait to get to that one. Then we'll step up to the 88 grain ELDM. Then we'll step up to the 90 grain burger. And then we'll step up to the 95 grain Sierra Match King. And that's the heaviest bullet I got. A lot of you guys wanted to see the 95 grain SMK. Definitely, I wanted to see it as well. Heaviest bullet I could get. Especially with this twist rate, 6.5. That bullet should do really good in this rifle. But the 90 grain burger, got, you know, high hopes for as well. But this will be the next bullet. 85 grain Barnes Max Burner. This was actually my best shooting bullet in my 6.5 Creedmoor. The 145 grain match burners or something like that, 148, something like that, can't remember. But either way, best groups I got with my 6.5 Creedmoor bench rest gun was this right here, and it was like 0.2, 0.25, 0.3. It was under 0.3. I think it was 0.228 something. I don't know. Been so long since I've shot that or done that video, but I'll probably go back and look at it though. Either way, I appreciate it, guys. That'll be the next video, finalizing up this test, and we'll go from there. Move on to the next bullet. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys commenting. That commenting really, yeah, I love talking to you guys, writing back to you guys. You know, all that. Hopefully I can get back to shooting a lot more. Fall is coming, so, you know, hopefully it's been one hell of a freaking humid summer, and it's just not fun for me. I really enjoy shooting, really enjoy reloading, but going out there and not being able to breathe really takes the fun out of it. So yeah, fall's coming. Our falls where I am is just amazing, so a lot of shooting coming up, and yeah, hopefully get a little bit better behind the rifle. Alright guys, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.